What's going on, guys? Sinjin Half Thunk with Half Thunk YGO, and this is going to be a deck profile and an announcement. So just going to cover a couple of things. So the first thing I'll cover is the fact that we've kind of been absent. December is my worst month. Lots of reasons for that. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but it is my worst month, so I've been a little busy. Sorry about that, but loads of new content on the back burner right now, just ready to be unleashed. So look forward to that. And the announcement that we have for today is actually that we joined Tier 1 Gaming from Nashville, Tennessee. Super proud to be on this team. Got a lot of really great players on there and some cool people, and I'm really looking forward to the future and what that brings. And this is going to allow us to be at more events, so make sure to look forward to new future vlogs and things like that, and some mini vlog series as we travel and things like that. So I'm really excited to what that's going to bring and what that's going to offer. You can check them out, Tier 1 Gaming. They're on Facebook, all the fun stuff that you can imagine. I believe they're on TCG Player as well. But awesome store. Again, they're over in Nashville, and we recently did a Ps5 tournament there, so that will be the deck profile that is coming up following here. But we took heroes. We tied from 6th to I think it's like 11th place, but I either got 10th or 11th, but same record from 6 down. Did pretty well, but we just lost out because tiebreakers is what it is. But that profile is coming up next. Thank you guys. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and the like button. Love you. John had a stroke. So what's going on, guys? So I was super excited for the previous announcement. Sorry I don't have my jersey on. This was a last minute video. Well, I guess the recording is last minute. It's not at all a last minute video. It's been very planned. But today we're going to be doing a deck profile to follow up all that announcement and everything. Of my hero deck that I got, I think either 11th, 10th place, one of the two, at the Tier 1 Ps5, or Tier 1 Gaming Ps5 tournament, which is, obviously the sponsor, Tier 1 Gaming up in Nashville. I was at the same placement as 6 down. I just unfortunately had a draw. So it is what it is. But we're kind of jump right into it. It's very straightforward. So that boy Stratos, signed by the man himself, Jaden Yuki. This card's just insane. Don't really have to talk about it. Stratos as a female, Shadow Mist. This card's insane, especially in this format. I could even consider bumping up to 3, but I'm going to be straight with you. I do not believe this card does enough on its own to do so. That's the remaining elemental heroes. We have 1 Liquid Soldier, 1 Elemental Hero Honest Neos, which I don't think I can build a deck without this card, and then 1 Elemental Hero Spirit of Neos. And what I'm using this for is kind of like a more of a stall card, a level 8 for Destiny Fusion, and it adds polymerization, so it's just another way to kind of get to combo if I don't have it in the traditional lines, or if they've kind of interrupted in some way. It allows me to kind of slow roll them if I can. It's cool in theory, not in application, but that's all my elemental heroes. Jumping on over to the Vision Hero part of the deck, we have 2 Vision Hero Ferris, 3 for smaller events. Anything over 6 rounds, I play 2, just for consistency's sake. I will always play, no matter what the ratio of Ferris, to increase, just to make sure I have the combo. Same reasoning for the Vion. And Vion obviously has the utility of being able to be normal summon and just popping your combo off. This card's insane. Vion's just crazy. That's it for the Vision Hero package. As far as the Destiny Hero package, we have 1 Destiny Hero Denier. This card's actually insane. I can't believe this card does all it does. I wish it just did like one more thing, and I think it'd be the best Destiny Hero card. But I love Denier. He's one of my favorites. This card's just crazy cracked. Following this up, we still run Dark Angel in the main. We want to kill them. We want to go second if we can. But with the way every deck is playing, sometimes that's just not possible. Sometimes it's not viable to go second. So if you can go first and set up the lock, there's a lock that you can set up that's kind of a soft lock with that features Dark Angel, DPE, Ab-Zero, Sunrise, sometimes Dark Law. Hopefully Dark Law, but it's kind of like a soft lock. It makes it really difficult for them to play around the field. You kind of control what they have, and this just turns off spells, which are pretty relevant in some decks. Obviously, not all decks, like you probably saw in our last deck profile for Sword Soul, but that's pretty huge. 2 Malicious, obviously he's that boy, so that's it for the Destiny Heroes. And then for the last monster, we are running 2 copies of Crosskeeper. And as I move forward, I am going to completely reroute how I build this deck and just try a different variant. This one just has too many, I feel like, hard stops. And this card has so much utility. This is just an insane card. There's a combo line where you actually draw 4 cards. You discard 1, put 1 at the bottom of your deck. But seeing 4 of your cards mid-combo or at the end of your combo and being able to, like, kind of just set things up a little more. I guess you have to do it on the Ab-Zero more than anything, but and just kind of like set things up like with your super polys, your droplets, or your what have yous. The Crosskeeper is just insane. So Crosskeeper is a card I'll probably later on play at 3 in the list that I'm working on. But that is the monsters. So we're going to jump on over to spells. For one of us, we'll start with Called By. I feel like this card's a necessary evil. It just lets us play and get through things if they happen to have 2 hand traps that would kind of stop us, but card's insane. We do play 1 Reinforcements of the Army. We could play E-Call, but, and the reason that here that we are playing this is that Crosskeeper is also a warrior, and you can't search him with E-Call. And there's some other cards you want to search off with Rhoda that aren't aren't e-heroes, excuse me. So that's got some more resource and utility. And I think the deck searches enough to not use e-calls. 1 Polymerization, obviously. Some people play 2. I think 1's fine. 1 Miracle Fusion. That is the end of the 1-ofs. So moving on to some of our fusion spells. We have 3 Mass Change. This card is insane. I think it's a necessity to play at 3. You want to get to Dark Law as fast as possible in this format. So just Mass Change. Super strong card. Don't really have to talk about it too much. This card we will talk about, which you wouldn't think that I would, but Fusion Destiny. I think I'm going to bring it up to down to 2. This is player preference, I believe, but I just feel like a lot of the times that when I I am seeing this card, unless it's like my hand is dead and I can't really do anything with it, or there's like a line of play, this comes up. But otherwise, Fusion Destiny kind of seems weak now, and I hate to say it like that, but like we aren't making enough with it, and there is an argument of 2 DPE, so you would keep the 3rd in. And there's a way to kind of do that with the board that I make that is a really nice soft lock turn 1. But even then, I just want 2 is fine. I think 2 is fine. I think this is too much. There's another card in here we'll talk about, but I am doing the list as I played it and I ran. 3 A Hero Lives, don't have to talk about it, card's broken. 3 Super Poly, don't have to talk about it, card's broken. Actually, the most broken in this deck, I think that it can be. Or Despia, there's an argument for Despia. So this is the other card, 3 Forbidden Droplet. You could cut this down. You could cut this down, I think. This card was really relevant or prevalent when you weren't focusing as heavily on, there's a combo line that I have, a chain line that's really cool. Ends you with Ab-Zero, Dark Law, DPE, Sunrise, sometimes another card, sometimes a back row, sometimes 2 back row. And this card was was more relevant before that combo line, as it does stuff, but 2 is fine. You keep 2 in still because DPE is only 1 pop, and if you set this card behind your Ab-Zero and things like that, if they out the DPE, they out the Dark Angel, not the DPE, they out the DPE pop, the Dark Angel, and they can't get a way to remove the, or trying to remove the Ab-Zero, you can tribute the Ab-Zero for the droplet, and then get benefit off that, plus whatever you're trying to remove or negate, or if they have anything that's kind of broken. And if you go second, I think we all know that droplet is the card. So like I said, there's an argument for 2. I think 3 is still relevant because, like I said, it lets you just OTK. And if we're not setting up the soft lock, let's just stop them from playing the game. And then for the last spell, which is always going to be at 3, Triple Tactics Talents. This card's insane. This card's absolutely insane. Yeah, 3. I put it at 2, immediately put it back. So moving on to side deck. Did this last time too. This is one of our Super Poly targets. We'll do all 3 real quick. Garuda's the best one. Mud Dragon comes up, I think, the most right now. But this should be
Dragostapelia.
Dragostapelia. Yeah, this should be Dragostapelia. Yeah, it's a good card, but I think Dragostapelia, arguably the better card. I just didn't have access to it that day, so I said whatever and just did that. I only have 1 Destiny hero in here. Again, 3 Fusion Destiny seems too much. And that is DPE. I would like a second copy because, like I said, you end that whole board. If you're able to make if you have the Fusion Destiny, you can do your whole combo, use the Polymerization in the Wonder Driver, and then you can do the Fusion Destiny into this, and then you can do the Dark Angel by putting 1 in Grave, and if they happen to have like is it Bestial?
Yeah.
Bestial. If they had the Bestial and they get rid of the DPE because you had to do the Dark Angel, you still have a DP to control the board, so that's pretty nice. I think that's relevant. But that's player preference. You can mess around with that. I don't think that I will. I think I'm going to retire the deck after this for a little bit, give it a break. I'm going to play the other variant, but I don't think I'll be doing that in competitive. As far as the Elemental Heroes who play 1 Sunrises, card is insane. Elemental Hero Sunrise can actually be Miracle Fusioned, and a lot of people don't know that, weirdly enough. I came up, people are like, can you do that? And I'm like, yeah, it's an Elemental Hero. But this card's crazy. This card is crazy. Then we have Ab-Zero. This is my favorite Omni hero, period. I just love it. And then I hate that this is in here because it's just, I want to say that there's just another card that could be in here that's better, but Escuderio comes up, man. Escuderio comes up. I mean, a lot. Way more than one would think that he comes up. He comes up a lot. He's not great, though. He does nothing. He's attack buff, but other than that, he really comes up. Super Poly and all that other fun stuff. There's a lot of times he just, oddly enough, comes up. This card can come out or be sided. I think the correct term would be to side this card. Flu, I think, is the only time that it comes up. I mean, against branded maybe, but flu. I haven't resolved this card once in 3 months. 3 months. Yeah, it doesn't come up. So acid's cool, but don't do drugs, kids. Blast. I disagree with Blast. I couldn't find my Divine Wind. I have a German Divine Wind somewhere, but I guess it's with my other hero cards. Blast is cool. It has application. It does the whole attack halving and everything, and you can just do some cool, neat interactions with this card. But in my mind, the most of the time that you're gonna make this card isn't for the OTK that it can enable. It's to dodge like an Imperm or a Veiler to fully go off on your combo. So like Divine Wind is arguably better. You could set it up with a Divine Wind. They can only attack with one monster, which is really cool. I don't know. I like Divine Wind better. He's also got a bigger booty, so if you make him to dodge something, it doesn't matter that you didn't get the effect. I don't know. It comes up. I like Divine Wind better. And then again, I try to go first too though. But 2 Dark Law, self-explanatory. The card's insane. I wish I could play 3, but that doesn't come up. For the links, we have the Decimator. As our first one. He's just an OTK enabler. A really cool card. He comes up when he comes up, he doesn't when he doesn't, but he allows you to just do unfair OTKs that just shouldn't happen. This card I could argue going to 2. I really love Wonder Driver. I think Wonder Driver is my favorite link. I mean, obviously Crosskeeper's busted. This card is so good. It lets you normal or special summon to its zone it points to, and you get to set anything. Super Poly, Mass Change, Polymerization, Miracle Fusion, anything. It's just obscene. This card is obscene, crazy, really good. When it gets destroyed and goes to grave by an opponent's card or by, I think, battle, I'd have to double check it doesn't come up very often. You can special summon a hero card from your hand, which is really cool. It may be a hero card, I have to double check. Again, when I do those effects, I just read them to double check what they do. But this card's insane, dude. I think this card deserves a second slot. I just don't know how I would do that. Excuse me. But like I said, I really don't know how I would do that. But I mean, honestly, extra deck space in general is hard. Like the only card that I can even say that you could take out would be to put this inside, and even then, I don't know. It feels weird to do. It feels wrong to do that. Jumping over here, 2 Cross Crusader. Card's insane. Does what it does. But it's pretty straightforward. The deck's pretty straightforward. It is what it is. If your opponent is good, you're at like a big event, and your opponent literally just knows what the deck does, like a good player, that you lose. You lose 9 times out of 10. Especially if you don't get one of those pop-off hands or like one of those god-tier hands that the deck is notorious for. You do just lose a lot of the times, and if they just know what they're doing, it can just be it. And unfortunately, I know I kind of just repeated myself a couple of times, but that's just been my experience. So, but yeah, thank you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Helps us continue doing what we're doing. But love your face.